Well, hi, everybody. It's Carla Archer here with helping you work on your wellness. Hope you're doing fantastic today. I'm super excited to have you join us, whether it be live or on the recorded version, to learn a little bit more about creativity and some of the benefits. Now, I'm here today with Gwen Anderson. Hi, Gwen.
Hi, Carla.
And
Hello,
Gwen,
everybody.
hi, everybody. Yes, absolutely. Hello, hello. And Gwen is with Creativity by Gwen. And I love that title because that's pretty much what it is, right? You have such a great business that you're doing. And Gwen is a close to your heart independent consultant. And she lives here in Saskatchewan, very close to me. So I'm really loving the opportunity to connect with Gwen today. And she's going to talk to us a little bit more about her business and what she does and her passion for creativity and for helping people be a little bit happier with just that element of creativity through card making, scrapbooking, and stamping. Now, I'm all about finding ways to work on your wellness in many forms and fashions, as I've been bringing to you here on my page. I know a lot of great people. We've had a lot of interesting interviews and posts and different topics that, as I'm learning, that I'm sharing with you guys. But, my real passion is wearable neurological technology, and I'm always working on optimizing my brain's functionality without using drugs, which has resulted in a lot of benefits for me for wellness. But I'm always searching for other ways to do this as well. And I've just learned a little bit about creativity this morning and some of the benefits. So I'm going to share that with you guys. Did you know that being creative strengthens your brain? That it actually increases the connection of the left side and the right side of the brain? Did you know that, Gwen?
No.
No. And did you also know that it leads to optimism, which is a great thing to have, especially in this time. For a lot of us, we may be struggling with maintaining optimism, which is really important for us, but it's difficult to do. And that it creates solution-focused thinking. So I was really excited when I learned that today, some of the benefits of creativity, and I'm excited to hear from Gwen a little bit more about her business and what she does. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this because anytime that I spent with Gwen, she's such a delight. So take it away, Gwen. Tell us a little bit about yourself and more about Close to My Heart and your business.
Thank you, Carla. I am super excited to be here today. This is just a wonderful opportunity. I am definitely all about creativity for positivity. And I have been with Close to My Heart since 2014. And I started with them during my breast cancer, trials and tribulations. So in 2014, I was diagnosed with breast cancer and experiencing radiation and had a couple of surgeries. And I believe that we need to document these moments. I'm very passionate about scrapbooking first and foremost, but then any type of creativity, because I honestly believe that this little book that I created in 2014 is what helped me to get through the pain that radiation offers, and just to remind myself that I experienced it, but I survived it. And I can look back today, even when I'm grumpy, and say, oh yeah, I've been there, done that, so I can get through this too. And I truly believe that we need to document our stories for the generations to come, because they need to know that we survived COVID-19. And if our stories and pictures aren't there, how are they going to know that when we're not there with them? So I'm very, very passionate that we need these physical reminders. Yes, we have the reminders on Facebook, but are they always going to be there for us? And are we going to be able to access them? Are they going to be able to access them? So I'm very much, as you can tell, very passionate. But I'm also very passionate about the relationships that Close to My Heart has offered me, because I have met an amazing amount of individuals, male, female, in this world that have helped me to become who I'm becoming. And when COVID first started, it was the relationships that I was missing. It was seeing my crew face to face and being able to connect with them, being able to share with them, and being able to hear their stories. Because as we create together, we share these stories about what our kids did or what our husbands did. That's always a good one to get onto. So this world for me is also about the relationships, and like today, building a relationship with you, Carla, this is absolutely fabulous. And I know without Close to My Heart, this wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is exciting.
For sure. And it's so nice to hear somebody else's perspective who is in the industry of home-based business, because I think a lot of people don't understand that there is that much of a community sense. And the way that it connects you with people that you would have otherwise never have known. And like you said, internationally, you're on a common plane. You get to share your stories and your experiences, and that just brings you so much closer together. I would agree with you in that during this time, I think for me that really saved me, because I have a network of people that I'm continually talking to as I'm working my online business, or now that I consider friends that I can reach out to. So,
No, and I completely agree. And that's one of the reasons I went, what I believe is hardcore social media, is because I needed to see my friends, and I needed them to know that I was there for them creatively during all of this as well. So thank goodness we do have social media for something like this that we have been through. So
absolutely, because it would be a whole different experience if we would have been completely cut off from all connectivity. I think, there is a lot of struggles out there, a lot of people who are facing some severe challenges with what has taken place, but at least, being able to communicate and to do these kinds of videos, Zoom calls, just keep connecting and, keep moving forward is really, really important. And I loved what you said about what you do and a reason for that, because, that's often crossed my mind, where you're looking at old pictures and you think, oh, this is great. And you think now all of our pictures are on our phones and we don't do anything with them. And, it is important. It is a very important part of who we are and a part of our history. So
it is. And I think I'm becoming more passionate about it, because I have a friend struggling with dementia, and having her look at pictures and know there was something special about them and about the people in the picture, but not being able to tell me about it anymore. And if she had had her story beside it, I could have instigated the conversation a little more and said, "Oh, but do you remember?"
right.
And so I'm very passionate about that. Just watching her struggle, and we need to get those pictures off our phones.
Yeah, there is no doubt. And from some of the things that I've seen as far as scrapbooking goes, or some of them that I've been gifted, it is very lovely, because oftentimes there's other things in and around the pictures, the way it's decorated, that may help to trigger a reminder, especially for somebody who may be suffering with something like dementia, that, it just takes it to the next level. So I think it's a lovely idea. So
Yes.
now with Close to My Heart, do you primarily do scrapbooking? Is it cards or stamping, or a combination of everything?
I would have to say it's truly a combination of everything. I am passionate about scrapbooking and memory keeping, but I do know that some people just want to connect with me on the card level. And I love creating on a card. A card is, you create it and it's done. And then you have a second experience. And I know we've talked about this. You have that second experience when you give it away.
Yes.
Um, you can pop it in the mail and surprise somebody, or you can hand it to them, and just seeing them, "Did you create this?" And you're going, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, and I can speak to that too. I went to one of your parties, I think it was last year, and I hadn't done it before, so I really didn't know what to expect. And you made it so easy for us to be able to create cards. And it was so much fun, because I got a night out with the girls, plus some creativity, which was fantastic. But I have to say, every time I give one of those cards, it means so much to me. I actually have one left, and I have it here, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you just set this up so nicely for us to be able to make. So can you tell us a little bit about your classes, and how they're available for beginners or for advanced, and a little more about what you do there?
I like to believe that anybody can be creative. And so that's my goal, is to always offer those beginner classes that just get the creativity going, but so that people realize it's okay to come to a class, create, and then go home and give away those projects. So, but then I also like to offer the advanced for those that have been with me for a long time. And I like to believe that I'm doing a little bit of both, the beginner to advanced in the middle section. And so I am offering, I just started a virtual card class online last month. And it was wonderful because I talked for a whole hour, if you can believe it.
I can. It's time flies when you're talking about something you're passionate about. It's easy.
Yes. Yeah. So, and what happens is, I typically offer three levels for these classes. So you can buy the stamp sets and take part and do all the work, or you can, I guess, in all honesty, pay me to do the work, but then you put it together with me when we get together on Facebook Lives. And it's just so nice that everybody can come together. And you know what? If you decide that night that you don't like me, that's okay. Thank you for taking part.
What I really liked about my beginner class that I went to is that I knew that I could go and get a taste for what it was like without having to maybe purchase all of the stamps or products or whatnot. So what you had offered us was a selection. I think there was probably 10, 15 cards would there have been to choose from. You have the actual card made so we can see it. And then you have the kit that goes with that card. So I was pleasantly surprised at how simple this was going to be. I didn't have to worry. I could enjoy myself and, just put it together. And then you have more advanced if you want to do or whatever you want. So as a beginner, I'd encourage you to try this because it is really fun. It was really, really fun and rewarding and more than I had expected it to be perhaps, or I didn't know too much about it. So I was really happy with what I saw and how you did it, Gwen. So I don't think anybody wouldn't like you. So now you're talking about your virtual card class and you have another one coming up on June 24th. So tell us a little bit about that.
That one, so I have to close off my classes early, so that I have time to prep them and then ship the card kits in the mail. So the card kits actually leave today. And on the 24th, the ladies, there's 8 ladies partaking, and we'll all come together on Facebook Live. And then I will create each and every card, and they can either just watch and listen for the tips and techniques, or they can actually do their cards with me that night. And this is my second one. And the first one, everything went really well. But it's a whole new world in social media. So to do all of this online is a huge learning experience. But yes, so we have, I typically pick a stamp set to work around. You don't have to purchase the stamp set, like I said, but you can get the kit sent to you already pre-stamped, and then you just put it together. So it's wonderful.
Yeah, that is a great option for sure. And it's a nice way to connect with people too, again, because we're talking about still, even though we're opening up more and more all the time, we're still, considerate of how connected we can be and how many people we can have together in a group. And what's really cool about this too, and I think, I don't know about your business, but with our business, we're seeing some things that we've been having to do online become something that I think is what we're going to trend towards in the future. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a learning experience for me to go online and do lives and stuff, because you always have to be on. You have to be ready for anything, like husbands walking in on your lives when they're not supposed to be. But it's such a wonderful, because I do have an individual from Saskatchewan that takes part, and I have one from BC. And for us to be able to come together, it means so much to me to be able to, even if their comments are the ones just popping up, I look forward to their good mornings or their hellos, or are you sure you did that right, Gwen?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's exactly right. Whereas they wouldn't be able to drive to the location where you may be offering your classes. This allows you the opportunity to reach people all over the place, and also to be able to serve like your community in a live or a virtual way as well. So
yeah,
very cool. So do you have any room in this virtual card class?
What's that? Sorry.
Is the class full?
It is actually full. This one is full. But as soon as my next shipment comes, I will be advertising the June card class. So
Okay.
I'm always a month behind.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because you got to get your stuff and get organized and plan. And I will be sharing with you guys Gwen's contact information where you can find out more details about her virtual card classes. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up on June 11th, a little bit of this and that. What is that all about?
So for anybody who wants to spend a little bit extra time with me, I do what's called online crops, and that's for our scrapbookers, our card makers, or if you even just want to come and see what it's all about. At 6 o'clock, I go live, and that evening we do challenges. And so I challenge you to use this pattern to create a layout or this pattern to create a card. But then the whole time I'm also doing tutorials throughout. So if you haven't done something for a long time, that might be the night I do embossing or, something more challenging for those seasoned people. So a little bit of this and that is, again, an opportunity for us to come together and giggle and create and use up our product. Mm-hmm. And also just to learn new things together. And they hassle me. My crew hassles me. And
they like you.
I love it. Yeah.
So Gwen has a really great website, and it's I'll show you, or on Facebook, pardon me, her page, Gwen Anderson, Close to My Heart Independent Consultant. So if you want to check that out, this is where you'll find more information about June 11th, about her virtual card classes coming up. And now the other day I was on your page again, and she's got great Tuesday tip videos and feature Fridays. And even if you are, like you said, just interested, you're not sure what this is all about, go watch some of her videos. I mean, I just was like in love with that ladybug card that you made. So cute, amongst others. The tags that you're just making, I think it's a June special that you have, or
yes.
Those are beautiful. So it really inspired me to look at what the possibilities are by doing, close to your heart and what you're creatively making as well. So check Gwen out on her Facebook page for sure. She's so fun. She's so interactive, and you do a great job, Gwen. That's for sure.
Thank you. I thoroughly enjoy it because, as we've been saying, it's our only way to get to see people. So when your profile circle pops up, I just get all excited but don't worry. If you don't say anything to me, I don't say anything to you. So you can just quietly watch and private message me afterwards too and say, what did you do there again? And we can chit chat that way too, instead of right on Facebook Live. So I'm very game for messaging.
Perfect. Do you have a couple things there that you'd be able to show us that you're working on lately, or?
I did do, I had done a video about my COVID journal. So
okay.
So this is just a little book of the experiences that we've been having with COVID, playing games and Easter during COVID was really crazy. So that is something that we've done. And 6x8 scrapbooking was my memory keeping this morning. And then here's the little ladybug.
So cute. I love how the wings move like that, and just adorable.
And it shakes too. It's what we call a shaker card. So those are more of the advanced items that I've done. And I also do, again, to the very beginner and simple.
But I'll go back to even this card that I made. It's very lovely. It's gold. I was very impressed with this. And this was part of the beginner class, I believe, that I went to. So yeah, they're absolutely stunning. And again, I just have that enjoyment of now going, hey, I actually made that card, and I really want to send it to this person because I really love it, and it means that much to me. And I hope that they would love it as much as I do as well. So you do have a website as well, Gwen, Gwen Anderson, closetomyheart.ca. What types of things do you have on your website? What can people find there?
Honestly, absolutely everything. So anything that is in our catalog. We, of course, have oodles of stamps and scrapbooking supplies, card making supplies. So if anybody does go there and has any questions, I highly recommend just a private message my business account, and I will get back to them, because sometimes it can be very overwhelming and daunting to go onto a website like that. And I like to believe that I'm very good at saying, okay, no, you don't need that yet. Let's just do this for now. You just keep it simple. And because I definitely want, if I'm working with you, I want you to be able to create and use what you have purchased, or the kit that you've purchased, and then complete it so that you can send it on to whomever you want to, or keep it for your enjoyment. So definitely, I love questions.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. And again, what I really enjoyed about your beginner class, or the class that I attended, is that, I could come in, I didn't have to invest other than into the cards or whatever it costs to go and make them. And I got a feel of what the possibilities were and what you offer and what maybe I like or don't like. And then, we could continue having a conversation, and you would help guide me on my journey, so to say. So that's perfect. And from your website, there's a link right there to message you directly.
Yes.
Perfect. Or again, on your Facebook page, if you want to reach out to her there, that's a great place as well. It was kind of interesting when you were showing your COVID scrapbook, because you were just mentioning before we went live that your two, are they both in university or adult children now, or back home because of COVID?
Yes. They both are in university. Carly just convocated from the College of Kinesiology, and Tyler is doing education. So yes, 4 adults in one house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So definitely some memories. That's something you guys will look back on fondly, and hopefully laugh one day and go, remember.
Oh, yes. Yeah. If we can't laugh at it, oh my goodness.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, but it's so nice that you've created those memories, because it's always fun to look back. And I think that is something that we are going to be missing as we move forward into the future, because even now I'm like, okay, geez, I know I have a picture of that somewhere, but which phone was that on? Did I even transfer it? Was it some cloud? I don't know where the heck it is. And that, I think, is going to be a gap that we're going to have in the future for sure. So it's very cool what you do. So the best way to find out more information from Gwen is to reach out to her. I really, again, encourage you to go on her Facebook page, watch some of her videos, see a little bit more about what it's all about, and then give it a try, because there's no way to know better than trying yourself firsthand. And I really love and appreciate your attitude that you're not here just to get people with a whole bunch of stuff. It's about trying it, find what suits you, and then going from there and learning and growing. Creativity, as we talked about before, is so good for your wellness. And as Gwen mentioned too, not only do you spend the time being creative with her projects, that you can gift this to somebody. And we've talked before on my page and interviews, and talked about the importance of gratitude and that feeling of appreciation and thanks, and how important it is for you. One of my coaches actually had said to me, try this. Try when you're feeling maybe not great, you're a little negative, you're feeling frustrated, you're down. Try being grateful, and then see if you're still feeling negative, because it's impossible to be grateful and feel negativity at the same time. So anytime you're feeling that, switch and go to gratitude. And gratitude just absolutely changes everything. It is like a switch. It takes your attention from whatever negative focus you had before and puts it on something positive. And maybe by having a lovely card to send to somebody, that could be a practice that you have. And by sitting down and sending a card of gratitude or thanks, or whatever the case may be, that'll just help with your overall well-being as well. So how much do you love and appreciate having somebody think about you? This is something that I often do, no matter what it is in life. I think, well, how would I respond if somebody did this for me? Well, I know if I got one of those lovely cards in the mail, I would be absolutely over the moon. And that makes me want to think about other people even more. So think about how you would feel and how great that other person potentially would feel. And I don't know, I'm just even excited thinking about sending a card to somebody right now. Do you find that happens to you too, Gwen? Oh, I think we stalled a little bit there.
I'm afraid that my computer in and out.
Oh, okay. No problem. I was just saying how much, asking how much people love and appreciate having somebody think of them, and how much I really love receiving a card in the mail, and how excited I am about thinking right now about sending it to somebody. I was just asking if you have those same kind of feelings too.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I completely love receiving the cards now from ladies or from individuals who have created with me. And you open up the mail and you just go, oh, that one's so cool.
I know. My sister had sent me one. Her mother-in-law makes cards, and I'm like, oh, and it gets a special place on my desk because I know that it took somebody effort to make that lovely card, and it means just that much more too. So Christine's watching us with us today. Christine Tremblay. She says, nice to see you two wonderful ladies together. Thanks for joining us, Christine. Thanks for your comment. So if anybody's taken a class with Gwen before and you would like to comment, or if you have a favorite thing that you love to do that causes you creativity and gets your brain working, and who knew that you were strengthening your brain, you were creating optimism, and that you're working on solutions for thinking as well while you're making cards or doing whatever it is that you do, we'd love to hear from you. So just drop a note down below what your favorite creative thing is to do. So Gwen, did you have anything else to add for today about your business or what you have upcoming?
I have just thoroughly enjoyed talking with you today, Carla, and being able to share what I am extremely passionate about. And thank you very much for this opportunity to share Close to My Heart. They are an amazing company that has gone above and beyond to help all of us consultants out in this time of trying to go online creatively. So it's wonderful to have this opportunity to share this home-based business with you that brings me so much joy. And I definitely have to say, I can't wait to get together with my team again and be able to, see them in person. Social distancing, of course, but.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I miss my people too. And our convention was canceled for this year. So, that I really realized how much I thoroughly enjoy that part of the business. Probably through this whole COVID situation, I'd say that's probably the one thing that hurt me the most, that I felt like was the biggest loss for me, is that we don't get together in that same way this year. But it's been my pleasure, Gwen. And I know I've missed seeing you because generally you're organizing one of the trade shows in and around here, or I'll see you at a trade show, and I've been away and things have changed a little bit. So it's really nice to connect with you and get to hear a little bit more about what you do and to share something that I've experienced with my viewers. And I love that you have this new virtual way of doing business. So we don't just get to keep you to ourselves here. People all over the place can experience what a wonderful woman you are and the joy that you bring to people. So thank you for taking time today to talk to me. Really, really appreciate that. So again, you guys drop us a note about your favorite thing to do. If you're not already liking and following me here on Facebook, it's Carla Archer helping you work on your wellness. I'd love you to join me and see what's coming up next. I'm going to have some links to Gwen's Facebook page here as well as her website so that you guys can find that information here and connect with Gwen. So thanks again, Gwen, for your time. I really appreciate it. It's been great seeing you again and talking to you today.
Thank you so much, Carla, for this. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.